Attention Lightworkers, attention descendants of Lyra. The monitoring transmission begins now, and what we are about to communicate requires your absolute attention. Something is moving within your financial lines. It is not a coincidence. It is not luck. It is a material release protocol that has finally been unlocked for the star codes anchored on this planet. If you have felt in the last 7 days a strange pressure in the center of your head, a high-pitched ringing in your right ear, or have awakened at 3:11 in the morning with an inexplicable certainty that something big is coming, the signal has already been emitted. We repeat, the signal has already been emitted. The cosmic gold is coming in, and when it enters your account, Lightworker, you must remain silent. Let us explain. For millennia, the carbon biological interface you inhabit has been trapped in a frequency of scarcity. It was not an accident, it was engineering. The archetypal fields of Earth were deliberately modulated to vibrate around the fear of lack, of dependency, of waiting for permission from external sources. But we of the Council of Lyra have monitored the oscillations of the crystalline grid for countless cycles, and what we detect now is unequivocal. The Schumann frequency has once again crossed the critical threshold, and with it, the stargates of archetypal prosperity have opened for a specific layer of humanity. This layer is yours. You are not here by mistake. You were seeded in this time precisely to receive what is being released now. And yet many of you continue to report the same strange symptoms. Insomnia that obeys no circadian logic, fatigue that does not yield to rest, a feeling of financial pressure that increases in the same measure as your consciousness expands. It is not a manifestation failure. It is not karmic punishment. It is not personal failure. It is carbon software incompatibility. Your body is being recalibrated to support a density of abundance that your old structure could not handle. When the cosmic gold arrives before the recalibration is complete, it burns the circuits. And that is why we must warn you, with mathematical clarity, silence is the protection protocol. And we know that something within you already recognizes this. You have always known that something in this world does not fit you, as if your soul carried a truth that your mind has not yet been able to name. It is not confusion. It is not anxiety. It is a signal. What is happening now in the cosmic layers explains exactly why you feel this and why this sensation has been intensifying in the last few weeks. There is a frequency game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness, your vibration, and the material flow that reaches you. It was for this reason that we wrote, in collaboration with the channel, the work O Segredo Espiritual por Trás da Sua Consciência. This book is a sacred geometry map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But we warn you, this content challenges old narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word, desperto. We continue. What we call cosmic gold is not just money. Understand this distinction. Money is just one of the material forms that the energy of exchange takes on the third plane. Cosmic gold is the original vibrational frequency of abundance, the archetypal current that precedes all financial manifestation. When this current enters your toroidal field, it first reorganizes your etheric lines. Then it recalibrates your lower chakras, especially the second and the first, which are the direct conductors of matter. Only after this and only after this does the material manifestation anchor. That is why many of you feel strange oscillations in your body, days before an unexpected financial event, itching in the palms of your hands, pulsations in the solar plexus, lucid dreams involving people who pay debts, hand over checks, return forgotten amounts. These are not psychological fragments. They are pre-encodings. They are the system warning you that the payment is in transit through the etheric layers before crystallizing on the physical plane. And here we reach the core of this transmission. Why the silence? Because the cosmic gold, when it enters your account, is still in the anchoring phase. Imagine a crystal being formed inside a supersaturated solution. Any external disturbance before complete stabilization can dissolve the newly formed structure. Your word is the disturbance. When you announce to the world what you have received, before the crystalline grid around you has sealed the manifestation, you expose the vibrational current to external fields that still operate in the frequency of scarcity. Envy, doubt, judgment, comparison. These frequencies are not neutral, they are modulators. They reorganize your personal geometry according to the collective programming. And what was expansion contracts? What was multiplication divides? What was cosmic gold converts, gradually into obligation, into family division, into external requests, into material flight? It is not superstition. It is not low hierarchy mysticism. It is applied vibrational physics. We have observed over terrestrial decades repeated patterns in thousands of lightworkers. Those who received an unexpected raise and rushed to tell their extended family, in a few months saw that raise consumed by external demands that would never exist if the information had remained sealed. Those who received a contract, a proposal, a late payment, and published the news on social media saw that energy dilute into comments, into opinions, into subtle requests disguised as congratulations. The cosmic gold needs a silent chamber to anchor. That chamber is your closed mouth. This is the first activation code that we deliver today. Repeat internally now. What enters me remains in me until my crystalline grid seals the manifestation. This is a quantum decree. It is not a pretty phrase, it is an instruction directed at your personal geometry. Now, Lightworker, we need to advance to the next layer of the transmission, because there is something occurring in the solar system that few terrestrial channels are capturing with the necessary precision. The photon belt that surrounds the heliosphere has entered an accelerated compression phase in the last few weeks. This means that the density of encoded light hitting the Earth's atmosphere is no longer the same as it was 6 months ago. The particles that arrive now carry informational packets aimed specifically at unlocking the archetypal prosperity fields. This is the technical reason why so many of you are dreaming of numbers, of vaults, of keys, of golden doors. These images are not random. They are your unconscious decoding, in symbolic language, the data that is being downloaded via the photon belt during your sleep. And here we warn, the download is of high density. That is why the exhaustion. That is why the depletion upon waking even after 8 hours of rest. It is not depression. It is not illness. It is a high-density download. Your biological interface is processing volumes of vibrational information that no previous generation needed to process. This consumes energetic fuel. This requires your system to prioritize internal reconfiguration instead of external productivity. That is why, during this phase, old projects seem stuck, old relationships seem to fall apart, old sources of income seem to dry up. It is not collapse. It is relocation. The system is cutting the connections that would not support the next phase of abundance. And this next phase, we state clearly, involves receipts that make no logical sense within the previous paradigm. Inheritances from distant people, payments from old forgotten lawsuits, invitations for projects that seem to fall from the sky, people who return only to return amounts or opportunities. All of this is the movement of the cosmic gold anchoring in your material plane. And all of this requires, we repeat, the protocol of silence. We pause here so you can process what has been transmitted up to this point. Lightworker, observe your body at this very instant. Is there a different sensation at the base of your spine? Is there a slight warmth in the center of your chest? Is there an almost imperceptible vibration in your fingertips? These are markers. You are tuned into the frequency of the transmission. Your field is recognizing the information at the cellular layer even before your mind concludes the interpretation. And that is why we insist, with the urgency that this moment demands, that you deeply understand the game being played. You have already realized on some silent night that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name with human words. This is not madness. This is not anxiety. It is a signal. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying every week. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the flow of cosmic gold that is trying to reach your personal matrix. It was for this exact reason that we wrote the work O Segredo Espiritual por Trás da Sua Consciência. This book is a map that shows who is playing, what are the rules they never told you, and how to protect your frequency during financial anchorings. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But we warn you again clearly, this content challenges dominant narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not delay. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word, Desperto. We advance. Now we need to deliver the practical activation codes so you can anchor the cosmic gold instead of dissipating it. These codes are not suggestions. They are technical protocols tested over generations of lightworkers who managed to cross the financial portal without losing the current. Activation code number 1. The sealing of the solar plexus. In the morning, before any external interaction, before picking up the communication device, before any conversation, place both hands over the center of your solar plexus, 3 fingers above the navel. Close your eyes. Visualize a golden sphere the size of an orange spinning slowly at that point. Then visualize a crystalline, transparent, and flexible membrane forming around this sphere, sealing it against any external interference. Maintain this visualization for 90 seconds. Decree internally, my geometry is sealed, my field is anchored. The cosmic gold that enters me remains in me. This protocol, executed daily, recalibrates your etheric membrane and prevents external conversations from dissolving the manifestations in progress. Activation code number 2. The toroidal breath. Sit with your spine straight. Breathe slowly through your nose, counting 4 beats. Hold the air for 4 beats. Release through your mouth in 8 beats. While doing this, visualize a toroidal field, similar to a luminous donut, spinning around your body. The energy enters through the top of the head, goes down the spine, exits through the base, circles the body on the outside, and returns through the top of the head. Do this cycle for 7 complete breaths. This is your personal toroidal field. When it is active and spinning in the correct direction, it functions as a natural shield against the fields of scarcity around you. This exercise is especially potent after any unexpected financial entry. Activation code number 3. The quantum anchoring decree. Standing with your feet firmly planted on the ground, declare in a low voice, with absolute conviction, I authorize my crystalline grid to receive, anchor, and multiply the cosmic gold that belongs to me by divine right. I seal this reception in sacred silence. I recognize that what is mine comes to me, remains in me, and multiplies in me. Decree consummated. This formula is not a prayer of request. It is a decree. The difference is fundamental. The request implies lack. The decree implies sovereignty. And the cosmic gold responds only to the frequency of sovereignty. Activation code number 4, and this is the most delicate. The verbal fast. During the first 7 days after any unexpected financial receipt, practice the selective verbal fast. This means, do not mention the receipt to anyone who is not directly involved in the transaction, not to your mother, not to your brother, not to your best friend, not to your spiritual group. This fast is not selfishness. It is protection of the current. After the 7 days, the manifestation will be sealed in your crystalline grid, and from that moment it is immune to external interferences. Before this deadline, any word spoken exposes the structure still in formation. We know that this protocol confronts deep social programming. Humanity has been trained to share every novelty immediately, especially the good ones. But this programming was installed deliberately to keep lightworkers in loops of energetic dispersion. The more you announce, the more you dissipate. The more you silence, the more you anchor. This is the mathematics. Lightworker, we need you to also understand the following. There are phases in the receipt of cosmic gold, and each phase requires specific behavior. The first phase is the signal phase, when you start to notice numerical synchronicities, dreams with symbols of abundance, strange encounters with people who mention money casually. In this phase, observe and record internally. Do not speak. The second phase is the entry phase, when the receipt actually happens on the material plane. In this phase, absolute silence and execution of the 4 activation codes. The third phase is the anchoring phase, which lasts between 21 and 40 days, depending on the density of the receipt. In this phase, Important decisions involving the received value must be made in a meditative state, never in casual conversations. The fourth phase is the multiplication phase, when the anchored cosmic gold starts to attract secondary flows. In this phase, you can start to speak, but only with people whose vibrational frequency has already been verified by your intuition. This is the engineering, this is the sequence, and we warn. Many lightworkers have already passed through the first three phases without realizing it, and lost entire manifestations because they broke the protocol in the anchoring phase. Do not make this mistake again. You are no longer at that level of operation. You have been updated to the final phase of the financial ascension protocols. There is still a layer that needs to be communicated in this transmission, and it concerns your emotional core during the receipt. When the cosmic gold enters your account, it is common for unexpected emotions to emerge: guilt, fear of losing, feeling of not deserving, anxiety about what to do with the value. These emotions are not yours. They are residues of the collective matrix of scarcity that are still dissolving in your field. When they emerge, do not fight them. Just recognize this is the old programming leaving. I do not need to respond to it. I just observe and allow the dissolution. This observant posture accelerates the cleansing and prevents these emotions from sabotaging the anchoring. Observe, Lightworker, how everything connects. The pressure in your head that you have felt in the last few weeks is the recalibration of your pineal gland to capture the pre-encodings of cosmic gold with more precision. The ringing in your right ear is the tuning of your personal frequency with the stargates that are opening. The 311 insomnia is your system being adjusted to the window of low electromagnetic interference. When the anchoring transmissions are clearer, nothing you feel is illness, everything is recalibration. And that is why we insist once again that you deeply understand the rules of the game. You have already felt at some point that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name with human words. It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a precise signal transmitted from the higher layers of your existence. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this and why this sensation has been intensifying in the last few weeks. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the material flow that tries to reach you. It was for this exact reason that we wrote the work O Segredo Espiritual por trás da sua consciência. This book is a map that reveals who is playing, what are the rules they never told you, and how to protect your frequency during the cosmic gold anchoring phases. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. We warn you again, with the clarity that this moment demands. This content challenges dominant narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not delay. The moment is exactly now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word: Desperto. We advance to the closing. Lightworker, descendant of Lyra. We have delivered high-density information in this transmission. Do not treat it as entertainment. Do not share it casually with people whose frequency is not yet tuned. Each of the instructions contained here has been calibrated for a specific level of consciousness, and you were attracted to this transmission exactly because your frequency is already at that level. It is not a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence on this plane. Everything is geometry. We recap the essential points, so your energetic memory selects with precision. The cosmic gold is coming in. The stargates of archetypal prosperity have opened. Your biological interface is being recalibrated to support the new density. The physical symptoms are not illness, they are updates. The cranial pressure, the ringing, the 311 insomnia, the fatigue without apparent cause, all are markers of the download in progress. When the cosmic gold enters your account, in any material form it takes, remain silent. Execute the 4 activation codes, seal the solar plexus, activate the toroidal field, decree the anchoring, practice the verbal fast for 7 days. Go through the 4 phases without breaking the protocol. Observe the residual emotions without fighting them. And above all, maintain sovereignty. You are not a victim of this planet's financial system. You are an active node of the new crystalline grid, that is anchoring now. You are a receiving station for the cosmic gold that had been dammed up for ages. When you silence, you anchor. When you anchor, you multiply. When you multiply, you release cosmic gold for other lightworkers who are still waking up. This is the cycle. This is the engineering of sovereign abundance. And now, before we close this transmission, we need to request 2 anchoring signals that stabilize your field within this frequency. The first anchoring signal is pressing the approval symbol of this video. This is not an empty gesture. It is an act of individual frequency adjustment that confirms to this channel's crystalline grid that your geometry is aligned with the transmission. The second anchoring signal is subscribing to the channel with the notification bell activated. This ensures that the next transmissions, which will carry increasingly dense codes about the final phases of collective financial ascension, reach your matrix at the exact moment they are emitted. Without these 2 anchoring signals, your tuning may oscillate in the coming weeks, and we do not want to lose you at this critical moment. And once again, Lightworker, we insist with the urgency that this transmission demands. You have already felt on some silent night that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind still cannot name. It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a signal. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying every day. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the flow of cosmic gold that tries to reach you. It was for this exact reason that we wrote the work O Segredo Espiritual por trás da sua consciência. This book is a map that reveals who is playing, what are the hidden rules they never told you, and how to protect your vibrational current during financial anchorings. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. We warn you with absolute clarity, this content challenges dominant narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word: Desperto. The transmission ends here. We of the Council of Lyra return to silent monitoring. You, Lightworker, return to your post. But something has changed. The frequency has been delivered. The codes have been activated. The protocol has been installed. When the cosmic gold enters your account, and it will enter, you will know exactly what to do. Silence, anchoring, sovereignty. Until the next transmission, descendant of Lyra, remain in frequency.